Reba McEntire is one of the legendary singers and songwriters of the American country music industry, who has built a brilliant career with millions of records sold and a series of prestigious awards. However, Reba's life and career are not only decorated with successes, but also with sadness and challenges that she had to go through. One of the greatest sadnesses in Reba McEntire's life may be the loss of marital relationships. Reba McEntire was married twice in her life. The first time was to Charlie Battles in 1976. This relationship lasted until 1987, when both decided to separate. This marriage did not bring Reba complete happiness, and this divorce was one of the great sadnesses in her life. Reba McEntire once shared that ending this relationship was a heartbreaking decision, but also an important turning point for her to be able to continue on her own path. She then married Narvel Blackstock in 1989, and they had a happy family for more than 25 years. However, in 2015, Reba faced great sadness when she and Narvel decided to divorce after a long time of living together. This was a big shock to her because during that long time, she and Narvel had built a stable and happy life together. Ending such a long-term marriage is not easy for anyone, and for Reba, it was one of the great sadnesses in her life. This divorce not only made her heartbroken, but also disrupted her family life and work. In addition, Reba McEntire also had to go through losses in her career. Despite her many successes, she also encountered failures and difficulties throughout her career. When faced with criticism or the feeling of not being properly recognized in the profession, Reba also suffered deep sadness when her efforts were not rewarded as she expected. Reba McEntire started her music career at a very young age. With a strong passion for music, she had to overcome many difficulties in the competitive music industry. Although she had talent and a special voice, she had to face countless challenges to build a career in country music. In the early years, she did not easily receive attention from record labels, and many times had to seek opportunities on her own. However, Reba did not give up. After years of hard work and perseverance, she finally found success when she signed with a record label and released her debut album. Reba McEntire's career really began to blossom in the 1980s and 1990s, when she released a series of hit singles that quickly took over the music charts. Songs like Fancy, Does He Love You, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, and I'm a Survivor helped her become an icon in the country music industry. However, things weren't always smooth sailing. Despite her many successes, Reba McEntire wasn't without her share of setbacks and challenges in her career. There were times when she felt forgotten by the public and faced increasingly fierce competition in the music industry. Those moments really made her cry when her efforts didn't pay off as expected. However, Reba McEntire's career continues to grow thanks to her perseverance and passion. She always tries to reinvent herself, experiment with different genres of music, and constantly innovate. It is these efforts that have helped her maintain her position in the hearts of audiences and the music industry. Reba is not only a successful singer, but also a role model, a talented producer, and a creator of lasting values in the music industry. Reba McEntire has achieved many achievements throughout her career, and she always strives to conquer new heights. With a career of more than 40 years, Reba has become one of the most successful female artists in country music. She has won a series of awards, including many Grammy Awards, CMA Awards, and ACM Awards. These awards are not only a recognition of her talent, but also a testament to her dedication to music and the entertainment industry. In addition, Reba is also a pioneer in expanding and renewing the country music genre. She has not only built a successful music career, but also built her own brand empire. With her business and investment skills, Reba has expanded her field of activities to television, film, and fashion. She has participated in the production and acting of several films and television shows, and is also the founder of fashion brands, bringing in a large income and affirming her name in many fields. One of Reba McEntire's proudest accomplishments is her ability to maintain a consistent career for decades. In a music industry where trends change constantly and the lifespan of a star can be short, Reba has remained firmly at the top. Her best-selling albums, massive tours, and prestigious awards have proven that she is not only a talented artist, but also someone who knows how to hold her own in a competitive music market. Love and marriage have always been an important part of Reba McEntire's life. Although her career and work have always taken up a large part of her time, Reba has had 2 major marriages in her life, and each has had its share of sadness, challenges, but also valuable lessons in love and patience. Her first marriage was to Charlie Battles, whom she married in 1976. The relationship lasted until 1987, but they decided to separate shortly after. This marriage, although short-lived, left a deep mark on Reba. She has always expressed gratitude to Charlie for the years they spent together, but has also acknowledged that they had major differences and could not overcome the difficulties of their life together. Although Reba did not reveal the details of the reason for this breakup, she did not hide that this was a great failure in her life, when love could not overcome the tests of time and external factors. After her marriage to Charlie Battles, Reba found love again with Narvel Blackstock, whom she married in 1989. Narvel Blackstock was not only a loving husband, but also a business partner when he became her manager. During more than 2 decades of marriage, Reba and Narvel had a son together, Shelby Blackstock, and built a happy family life. However, in 2015, after a long time together, they decided to divorce, and this was one of the greatest sorrows in Reba's life. This broken relationship was a shock to her, as she had put a lot of faith and love into this marriage. The divorce from Narvel Blackstock left Reba feeling hurt and disappointed, although she also admitted that the decision to separate was good for both of them. She once shared that, during the years of living together, they were not only husband and wife, but also friends, partners, and colleagues. Therefore, the end of this relationship was not only the loss of a marriage, but also the separation from an important companion in work and life. However, Reba also showed respect and gratitude towards Narvel, and maintained a friendly relationship after the divorce, which showed her maturity and tolerance. Love and marriage are not always easy, and Reba McEntire has faced many challenges in these areas. However, she also learned that love cannot always last forever, and sometimes the end is necessary for each person to find happiness and personal growth. Despite experiencing sadness in love and marriage, Reba did not give up hope in true love, and still believes that sharing and mutual respect will always be the solid foundation of a lasting relationship. Children have always been an important part of Reba McEntire's life. She has an only son, Shelby Blackstock, from her marriage to Narvel Blackstock. Reba is always proud of Shelby and always has special love for her son. Despite her busy work, Reba always tries to spend time with her family, and especially Shelby. She considers her son an important part of her life, and always wants to create a loving and warm environment for her son to grow up in the best care and education. Reba's son, Shelby Blackstock, has pursued a professional racing career. Reba has always supported and encouraged her son in this career, even though Shelby chose a field other than music, a field she has been involved in all her life. Reba shared that although her son has pursued his own path, she has always been the one to support and accompany Shelby in every step of the way. Although Reba's work schedule is very busy, she always tries to participate in important events in Shelby's racing career, from competitions to award ceremonies. She has always given her son all her love and care, and in Shelby's eyes, Reba is the model of a devoted mother, willing to sacrifice to ensure that her son can develop comprehensively. Shelby admits that his mother is an extremely caring person and always creates the best conditions for him in every situation. Along with participating in racing events, Reba also encouraged Shelby to pursue her passion and constantly strive to achieve her goals in life. Although Reba's work sometimes kept her away from her son during important moments, she always tried to maintain a close and loving relationship with Shelby. Reba was always proud of her son's success and considered it an important part of her life. In addition to being a famous singer, Reba was also a great mother, and she taught Shelby lessons about perseverance, effort, and unconditional love. Shelby Blackstock, Reba's son, is the one who knows best about the sadness that his mother had to go through throughout her life. In interviews, Shelby always shared about the difficulties that his mother had to face, not only in her career, but also in her personal life. He said that although Reba has always been a strong person, always showing resilience and optimism in public, he knows that his mother has gone through a lot of sadness and challenges in her life, especially breakups and losses in relationships. Shelby clearly feels the times when his mother feels lonely, especially after her marriage to Narvel Blackstock.